We start tonight with major breaking news. A dramatic, shocking scene, incredible new video of a helicopter crash tonight on Highway 50 in East Sacramento. We just showed you video posted from TikTok tonight. At least 3 people are hurt. The incident is causing major traffic delays on both sides of Highway 50 tonight. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on this special edition of ABC 10 News. I'm Laura Painter. That helicopter crash involved a medical helicopter. Keep in mind, the closest hospital to this crash is the UC Davis Medical Center. Here's what we know. The crash was first reported around 7 this evening, and this happened on Highway 50, not far from Howe Avenue. Tonight, we have live team coverage on this helicopter crash. My co-anchor, Chris Thomas, is on the ground talking with people who witnessed the devastation. And ABC 10's Brendan Minshif is tracking the growing traffic impact. But we start with ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha. Garshpal, you have been on this scene, watching it closely for hours now, and you've been scouring for the latest information. I understand you just talked with authorities. What did they share with you?
Yeah, Laura, this is still a very much active scene here, and that helicopter is still here on scene. Now, there's a lot less first responders than they were just a few hours ago. You can see the cars that are coming towards us. Number 1 lane of eastbound Highway 50 has reopened. That just kind of shows you the urgency of crews that are working with this situation. But as we zoom in here, you can take a look at that helicopter right there in the middle of Highway 50 eastbound. Investigators say that Reach Air medical helicopter had just dropped off a patient at UC Davis Medical Center and was heading back when something went wrong midair. It came down right here on Highway 50 in the middle of rush hour and an active construction zone. Fire crews tell us they started receiving calls from drivers around 7:10 this evening of a helicopter crash on Highway 50 near the UC Davis Medical Center and the impact trapping one of the 3 crew members inside, and drivers rushed to help all 3 victims and were rushed to nearby hospitals within 20 minutes of the first engine arriving. But tonight, all 3 remain in critical condition. Crews also had to work fast to make sure the crash didn't spark a much larger disaster. With jet fuel on board, the fire risk was extremely high.
What people do not really think of is there's not a lot of fire hydrants along the freeways. So if we did have some type of large fire incident involving the helicopter or multiple vehicles, we need to transport our own water to the scene, whether that be water tenders, a water shuttle that we set up. Multiple factors go into that. So thankfully, we did not have any fire hazard on this with active fire going on.
And so crews telling me, luckily the crash did not create any active flames that made this incident worse, but the victims were taken to different trauma hospitals. And the only condition we know tonight is that they are in critical condition. And right now, Highway 50, as we mentioned, the number 1 lane has reopened. They were expecting it could take a while, but they got the number 1 lane open. And the reason for that is there's so many different agencies that are involved here. So they're having to kind of make sure everyone is communicating and make sure everyone's on the same page, because the NTSB and the FAA is going to be taking over this incident, try to find out exactly why a helicopter crashed on Highway 50. Reporting from Sacramento, Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10.
Now, Garshpal, we know investigators will be on scene throughout the night as they continue their investigation, but really glad to see just within a matter of hours that traffic is slowly starting to move again on this busy Highway 50 after this horrible crash right in the middle of the freeway there with the helicopter crash. Garshpal, thank you for that vital update there. We want to go out now live to my co-anchor ABC 10's Chris Thomas, who is on Highway 50 right now near the crash site. I can see, Chris, you have moved and been allowed to go onto the highway right now. You're much closer to the scene. Can you tell us what you are seeing out there? And I know you've been speaking with people who have seen all this go down.
Indeed, Laura, we are just steps away from the crash site. You can see the helicopter there behind me, and investigators are busy at work. I can tell you CHP has their drone up as they are trying to map the scene here tonight. And we also spoke to people who actually jumped into action to try and save the victims in that helicopter tonight. I spoke to a woman who says she actually saw the badge of one of the victims. She shared a name with us. We are not going to share that name on air tonight because, of course, we want to give time for the family to learn about the condition. But take a listen to what happened here on Highway 50. The Lozano family saw it all unfold.
All of a sudden, we see this helicopter, and I thought it was going to land, and it kept going down lower, and it just hit nosedive. And when it nosedived, we all just was in shock, but we all ran out of our cars, and I kept telling everybody, pull her out, get the people out, because, you know, we don't know what was going to happen, if the plane was going to go kaboosh.
They jumped into action to try and save lives.
So about 10 people, all in these cars, and my grandson lifted it up and pulled her from underneath it. The pilot was still stuck in there, and then the other one had came out, and I was holding her hand. Her name was... Why do I know? Because I saw her badge, and I wrapped it up and I put it in Ty Tom's fireman jacket and told him, do not forget her name. She cannot be a John Doe. She has somebody that loves her. And I kept praying for her and telling her, you got somebody that loves you. Please don't die. Please don't die.
We are here at the crash site, and there you see the medical helicopter and the debris field all around here on the highway. Take a look, and there is the line of traffic, a parking lot here on the highway. A long night ahead for investigators.
Yeah, my grandson, his name is Christopher Lozano. All these people here are heroes. The firemen and them, they are heroes. Because the cops could tell them to back off, but the firemen told them, no, we're not going to back off. We need all the help we can to get this plane off of this lady.
An unforgettable evening on Highway 50. And again, here we are standing live on the highway as we speak, as this investigation continues. Coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, we are going to talk to Christopher Lozano about those moments that he jumped out of his car and ran to try and lift that helicopter up off of that victim. We'll have more of that interview coming up tonight at 11, Laura.
Yeah, Chris, we definitely look forward to hearing that full story there. Just incredible acts of heroism, people jumping into action. They never would have anticipated anything like this. Thank you for that. Let's get out to this now. Tonight, Sacramento Mayor Kevin McCarty released this statement online about the crash, thanking first responders and about 15 pedestrians who assisted with the incident. He says survivors are now being treated at local hospitals. And we want to survey more of the traffic impact alert here. Brendan, this has been an evolving situation. We've seen some progress there. One lane has opened. What impact is this having across our area? What are you seeing from above?
Well, at this point, I mean, it is 10:30 something at night, so there is a winding down of the traffic to some degree. But I do want to show you, as we zoom in here to the area of the crash, the helicopter crash right around US 50 and 39th Street, that would place it right about here. You see all the red. This map has yet to update. As we just heard from Garj Paul, they have just opened eastbound 50, one lane, the leftmost lane from 99 to 59th is now open. But frankly, impacts are expected to continue into the Tuesday morning commute just due to the nature of the crash. You got to get all these investigators out. You got to survey the crash site, take all these pictures. It's not something you can just clean up and move. This is something that is going to take time. So it could frankly be just one lane through the Tuesday morning commute through this stretch of Highway 50. It's still unclear if 99, the ramps from 99 onto eastbound 50 are open yet. They've been closed for the last roughly hour plus at this point, and they may remain closed for some time. But we do know, again, thanks to Garj Paul, that they are starting to make some progress on getting 50 reopened. But the vast majority of lanes, Laura, are likely to stay closed for some time.
Breaking news story impacting so much of our region right now. Brendan, thank you. Certainly a night many of us are not going to forget. Dramatic scenes, dramatic videos. We want to show you another look at that video posted on TikTok that captured the very moment that medical helicopter went down on Highway 50 tonight. Take a close look. all of this happening during the busy evening commute, during a stretch of highway that is already so busy and congested and dealing with a lot of construction and traffic impacts on a good day. But again, at least 3 people are hurt. The incident is causing major traffic delays on both sides of Highway 50. But again, we are seeing some progress tonight. Crews working as they investigate. No word yet on when the highway will fully reopen, eastbound Highway 50, but we will bring you updates on air and online at abc10.com. We have crews on multiple parts of the scene talking with authorities and tracking the latest for us. Remember, you can always get more on this breaking news and other news stories. Just download our free ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app.